Greetings gamers, welcome back everyone to episode number 12 of the Italian Job here with FC Venezia. So I've played a few games off camera which we'll catch up on them very soon. As always, I want to say a massive thank you if you are watching and hopefully enjoying the series. If you are, do drop some comments down below how you're finding it, what you think of the transfers, what you think maybe the area to strengthen most is, and all that kind of good stuff. That'd be awesome. Now then, if we turn attention to what we've played in the last few games, we obviously left with the Pescara 4-0 victory. We had a really good episode in the last one, continued our kind of drive with the league. We then played Cremonese, who I can't remember where they were. I don't think they were massively up. Yeah, I think that mid-table. Lost 2-1, quite a disappointing game to be honest. We just weren't at the races, which is a little bit of a shame. We then followed up with an away victory 4-2 against Cosenza. I don't think I made any notes. I don't think any of these were spectacular. It's been a couple of days, to be honest, since I've been doing this. Since I last recorded, or should I say last played these games. Just because I've been doing some decking, or trying to. Bloody, I finally get some decking ordered and it rains. Just my luck. But yeah, I've been doing a bit of outside stuff. But we're back here. And Jubia Stabia, 3-1 victory there. Libor getting himself a brace. We've had a few little continual injury, suspension sort of issues. But the squad has been able to cope pretty well, as you can see by the results. A few goals have started to be shipped, which is a little bit of an area of focus, but all in all, we are playing attacking football. You know, we don't have loads of wing cover, so we do now and again get exposed on the wings, but yeah, pretty good games there. We've got Padova today. I'm going to try and get a few of these up towards the Trapani game. And I think our live com today is going to be Crotone. If there's anyone in particular you want to see in the last few games, do fire it in the comments down below. As always, I will, if it's a certain team, maybe more planning for Serie A, hopefully, now. But if there's a team that you really want to see me play as a live com, then do drop it in the comments and I'll try and pick them out as we're going through. But the first game cost their their 14th. We're probably just going to do maybe a highlight package of this one, just the result of that one, live com and so on. We'll figure it out, guys, and hopefully you'll get involved there. Now, let's have a quick little review of the staff, because there's probably a few of you wondering how that's going. I have been able to sort of continually increasing the scouts, the coaches. You can see here we've got 11 scouts now, which is massively helping us out with, plus the chief scout, with the regen scouting. It's getting through a lot quicker now, which is amazing. Every time it sort of keeps coming up, I get asking for it, and so far they've been really good and allowed us it, basically. We've got the best judging ability, and we're really close, second best judging player potential. We've got good physios, sports scientists. I'm not really focused on too much. And as you can see, we've got some really decent stuff in terms of the coaches as well. Fitness is an area, but I think we need to get up to like 8, 9, 10 coaches before I can make a major impact there. But that'll be a kind of I think for next season. I've done a bit of a mini sort out of the coaches, but it just needs another one just to sort of finish off getting a few better coaches in. But we're pretty good at the minute. In terms of the ones below that, I need to do a massive shuffle around with the under-23s, under-20s, under-18s team. A lot of the contracts are expired, so I need to have a good sort of sift through them. I just need to get the time to kind of go through and properly put a nice little coaching team together for the youngsters. Other things to tell you, youth intake preview. So the youth intake preview came through, and there's a good group of players coming through apparently. You can see a lot of wingers. Great. I mean, it should look at your tactic and say, right, well, let's not bring any wingers through because you don't use them, but hey-ho. A lot of wingers. Goalkeeper looks decent, or a great prospect, shall I say. Centre-backs looks promising. Wingers, great, good. A good young Italian central midfielder from Mirano. We'll have to see what comes through, but if we get a good goalkeeper, that'd be awesome, to be honest. That'd be really, really good. I've been trying a few players. Another one is this goalkeeper here, but there's a couple of players got my eye on, and I think this is going to be an interesting transfer window because Lucas May and Fiordalisso's contracts are expiring, and both of them I'd love to get. Now, I think we'll be able to offer Lucas a contract straight away, but I don't think you can offer someone in your own country a contract until it gets the last month. It's like England, I think. So we'll kind of have to hope that no one pinches Fiordalisso from us. and that we can bring him in, because I think even as like a deputy next season, he'd be a brilliant sort of player. He's not amazing, but I think he'd be really good. Another player that I do want to sort of get more game time to is, and I need to get a better name. If we can get a nickname for this guy, someone's sort of come up with a really good nickname for this guy, Alexis Georgievs. But he's got 5-star potential. He keeps like bouncing between like 4, 4.5, 5. But he's got like 10 for training. He's massively developing, and I think this guy could be a really, really good advanced playmaker. And we do need a good advanced playmaker. And do suggest me some traits that you think we should get this guy training on as well. But I think we need to, if we can wrap up the league at a decent rate, if we keep going like this way, or even just get promotion, that's all I'm really bothered about. I don't need to win the league. If we get promotion, I am tempted to kind of maybe, I don't know, push someone out, whoever's kind of performing the least well, and put in the youngster Georgievs and just let him play and hopefully let him develop, because I kind of feel like he could be really, really good. For 17 years old, I think he could be pretty decent. So there's a few bits going on, and I think there'll be loads more going on as we play in this episode, because we've got the January transfer window. So let's just get straight into it now then, guys. We've talked for long enough. Let's play our first game and see how we get on. So the team lineup for this one then, let's get it. They're in woeful form, so we should be all right. Fiordaliso, Glick, Lucas May, Delorco, Lazzarino, Fiordalino, Burnic, Efkan and Caraballo, with Keane and Candeloni leading the line. Everyone is on the bench. We've got a good-looking squad now. We've not really got any major injury. Well, we've not got any injury issues at the minute. Decore has just come back recently, so I'm kind of sort of going with Lucas May at the minute because he's been playing the last couple of games. But let's go, guys. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no idea how he scores this goal. Just watch it for yourself. But I'm in amazement. Lucas May from the corner. So you might be thinking, oh yeah, it's a standard. He's running away. That is one hell of a neck flick to get the power on that. Wow. His neck muscles must be amazing. But it's 1-0 from a Lucas May header. Moise Keane. Come on, Moise. 16th goal of the season for him. He's been too special for us. I'm really hoping we can extend his loan deal for another season at the same, like, $5,000 a week, because he could do it in the top flight. I just really think he can do this in the top flight, and he'd be a massive acquisition to keep us up. But 2-0 from Moise Keane. Well, that was a bit poor. Fiordaliso caught dawdling on the ball there. Break a nice little ball down the flank, and you can sort of see it here. Just, yeah, not ideal defending for us. Like I say, we've defensively just let it slip a little bit recently. We started off really good, not conceding like our first 5-6 games, but recently just a few too many goals shipping in, and it's 2-1 now. But what a good reply that is. You basically saw the intro to it there. Bit of a worked ball in, it gets cleared, but then Fiordaliso whips one to the back post, and Dennis Burnic is there to absolutely thunder it. You can sort of see here, Fiordaliso picks it up, Burnic is completely unmarked, and there is side foot volley, back of the net, 3-1. That should be game, set, and match. We've been given a penalty kick, and it's going to be, I assume, Fiordalino? No, it's Burnic to take it, to give his second goal of the game. Can he do it? Steps up. Come on, boys. Excellent stuff from him. That's his 5th goal of the season. I think 4 of them have been from penalties, and that last one we just saw from open play was his first, but he's a really good penalty taker, to be honest. Right in the corner there. Excellent stuff. 4-1. Now that's more like it. Icing on the cake from Del Lorco here. We've just absolutely turned it on in his last sort of 15 minutes or whatever. But 5-1 now. Christian Delorco with his 3rd goal of the season. Burnic with the assist this time. You can see he takes it in nicely, lays it on a plate for Delorco, who just slots it past the keeper, who's already down on his knees praying for this game to end, I think. 5-1. And that was full time. 5-1 victory. Absolutely beautiful. To say it was 2-1 at a point, I was kind of like, we absolutely turned it on after getting that goal conceded. I think that's what the spark we needed to sort of rally the troops a little bit. But 5-1 victory, brilliant. Keep going on. Well, I have been extremely busy. We've had I think it was about 20 days of a winter break since the game we just did, and I have been mental. I've been looking through international teams, I've been scouting youngsters at clubs that are known to produce good regens. I've just been going all over trying to hunt down and gobble up as many regens. I've also had a quick little search for contracts expiring, but can't see as many this time. There was a couple. We mentioned 2. Lucas May and Fiordaliso. Now, Fiordaliso won't talk to us at the minute. Says we haven't got enough finances. If he looks at the bank balance in the red, he probably, can't really say about that. But we could offer him a contract, so I don't really know. But Lucas May did offer a contract, unfortunately turned us down and stuck with Bayern Munich, I think it is, that is with. We have got him on loan for another season, though. Now then, let's look at some of the ins, because I've been busy. You can see here that since here now, you're already seeing this guy. He was signed up a little bit earlier, but Boris Kosuchek, he's a young Czech Republic fullback who has gone back on loan to the club. We got him. Sorry about that if I just quickly randomly had to cut there, but I just almost died. I had a random coughing fit. I literally just got home from work and had a bit of cereal, and I think it's just got lodged in my throat or something. But yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, Bohos Kroshek, a really good youngster, is back on loan with the club we bought him from. You've already seen this guy anyway. We then got Joel Buch, who from Aachen. He is a German. It's pretty easy with the Germans because obviously I did the real name fix and all that, but for some reason it hasn't applied or whatever, hence Zebre. But because of that, it means the German national team isn't there, so then any kind of youngsters that are in their under 21s and stuff, they're obviously pretty decent, so I just scout those instantly. This was one of them, 4.5-star potential. We got him for a decent fee, but he looks a pretty good little youngster to have around the club. And we'll sort of see how he develops this season and probably loan him out next year. A lot of these are kind of developments. Now, Jakob Christiansen, I've looked at him for a little while, basically, for the entire save we've had running, because he's looked pretty decent. And I decided to bring this guy on loan as a bit of a project, because even though he's only got 4-star potential and he's 2-star now, so basically he's Serie C level, I think if we play this guy quite a lot, and when I compared him to Lolo, they're not majorly different. Like, he's good at, let's say, a bit more aggressive and a little bit better in X, Y, or Z, and then Lolo will be slightly better in others. So they are very similar players, but he's only 20. And I think that if we play him a lot this season, we might be able to develop him towards being a good player to be like a number 2 deputy in the Serie A next year. And I think 4-star ability will definitely be a very good quality Serie A player. And we've got a 300k release sort of clause in the loan, which we've got until the end of next year. And I just feel like for the wages, he could, I think, develop into quite a nice backup youngster that then we can sort of just have there to rotate and kind of just cover these two roles, but mostly as the ball-winning midfielder here. And yeah, it'd be a bit of a gamble, but we can cancel the loan if it don't work out in the summer. Jon Carlson then, he's a youngster centre-back, he's right-back, left-back rather, but we're going to retrain him to be a centre-back because he's got some good stats for that. Again, 4.5-star potential. Michael Mizinski, he is a Czech Republic player. He's a fullback on the left-hand side. Some good stats all around, just looks pretty decent. A lot of these just like 100k here, 50k there, and so on. We then got Jaroslav Šebel, also from Sparta Prague. He is a right-sided fullback. Again, just looks pretty decent, 5-star potential. We're just trying to hoover up as many players that are kind of young and cheap. This guy is a lone backup goalkeeper because we've loaned out Kakic, who's going to get a bit of game time in Serie C. We then got Eroga. This was a guy that I just kind of bought off the back before I actually fully scouted him. Although when the scout report did come through, it did say 5-star, so yeah, it is what it is. But he again just looks like a pretty solid playmaking option for us, and he's already worth more than we've paid. We paid 90k, he's worth 150, so I think we can loan him out, develop him, and sell on. A lot of these players might not make it for us, but hopefully they will bring in good money and sell on clauses, so that when they hopefully go for other money to other clubs, we get a bit of extra cash in, and it just creates like a constant stream of income that we can then turn 100k into 300k and turn 1 million into 3 million, and that all helps us have more money to spend on more youngsters. Eivind Sildnes is a Norwegian youngster, again AMC, but retrained to an advanced playmaker on attack. He looks pretty decent to me, 5-star potential, again didn't spend a whole ton of money. And then the last guy, Henrique Araju, he just kind of caught the eye really. Portuguese, sort of capped at under 20 level, 3-star current ability, so he's already our second best striker apparently, with 4-star potential. So I think this guy could be pretty quality. He was at Benfica and they didn't want that much for him, 100k that can rise. So I was pretty surprised. I kind of thought they were going to ask for millions for this guy and wouldn't be able to get him, but yeah, I think he could be a quality player and the kind of replacement for Candelone. So I am debating selling Candelone and sort of going with this guy as our youngster, because the thing is, if we just play him week in, week out for the rest of the season, he might really kick on and develop because he's not really had a lot of first team football. So as you can see, he's not had any really. So if we can develop this guy and turn him into a 4.5-star Serie A player, he'll be worth millions and be fantastic, I'm sure. So that's some of the ins. There's loads more coming. But yeah, I don't want this episode to be absolutely redonkulously long. Let's get into the next game, which is Entella. So this one, I'm just going to sort of show you the start and finish. So in terms of the squad, this is how we are. Christensen comes in as the DM there. We got Deloco, Lucas May, Glick, Fiordaliso, Lesrini, Fiordalino, Burnich, and Carabalao. I wanted to bring someone in here so we can push Fiordalino further forward. I think he suits these roles a bit better than he does that role. In terms of he can bring more, he's a really good quality player. I think he just can provide more to the team there. We've got Araju coming straight in for his debut as well as Keane leading the line. We have got an injury to Decore. I kind of feel like he might be injury prone, and I'm very much thinking end of the season we just let this guy go. He's kind of lost his potential, and yeah, I think if we can get like $1 million for him, I will gobble that up all day long. Right, let's get in, see how we do. Well, there you have it. Not the best debuts for our two guys coming in, but they're going to take time to settle in. You can see the kind of random formation they went to at the end of the game, chasing a goal. But yeah, Moise Keane, once he got the goal, it took a while, but 6 minutes in, he got a goal, and then he just kicked on and got the assist for Sergio Diaz, who came on for Araju. But I think he'll settle in with Araju once he's had a few games and got into it. He's obviously not played first-team football, so it's going to take time. It won't be instant, but I think he will do good things for us. Well, we've made another transfer, and I've had to record this twice, as you can see by the match being in red, because for some reason my audio stopped recording like a few seconds after I started on the last one. But anyway, we have made another signing, Martin Madsen, 8k from AGF, Danish player. Looks really decent, only worth a bit more, 5-star potential, another playmaking option, but we are stacking them up now with a great youth conveyor belt system. You can see there, we've made massive increases. You know, before this season, we didn't really have a lot in here. Now we've got a lot more quality and depth in our youth team that we can start loaning out, developing. Some of these players will just be using as cash cows. You know, bring them in cheap, develop them, sell them on for more money to help fund more regens. That's fine. That's part of the plan. Others will hopefully become integral players for us in our side. So in terms of that, we're also selling a few players. So Vaca, whose contract actually is expiring at the end of the season. So to get any money for him is brilliant. Lorenzo Lolo, annoyingly, because he's played all right, we couldn't get loads of money for him, only 250k, but it's better than nothing. And then Candelone, because we're stacked in strikers now, we're offering him out and we're getting his value for about 600. So all in all, we're going to get about $1 million, just over $1 million in, and we'll get about 30% of that. So we'll get another bit of money into the coffers to help fund future regens over the rest of the season, and we're not completely bone dry for the funds then at least. But yeah, a few players going out to kind of help fund more players coming in. Now, if we get back to the match then, just to show you, this is the lineup that we've gone with Libor coming in for the injured Deloco. That's kind of the only major change. So let's go and see what happens. So that's a 4-0 victory, a little bit of a sluggish start, but then we really got into it. As soon as we got the goal, we just absolutely started playing, and even though there was quite a gap between the first and second, it kind of just became all us, really. But yeah, absolutely mud in that second half, as you can see. Christensen getting his first goal. The strikers didn't play amazingly. To say that we won 4-0, played really well, but the strikers just were a little bit just not there, but Burnich absolutely bossing it in the midfield. Pretty much all the midfield was bossing it, to be honest. And Fiordaliso and Libor both playing amazingly on the fullbacks. But yeah, really good performance, another good win. We keep motoring on, guys, and I'm loving it. It's our next game day. We're playing Perugia, who are third in the league. Can't click on them. Let's try through this way. There we go. Perugia, who are third in the division, so obviously going to be a tough test. And what a better way to take on a tough test than have your young centre-back making his debut. So Dietrich, our young centre-back that spent the first half of the season out on loan, he is going to come and make his full debut today. I think it's his full debut. Yeah, he hasn't played it all for us. With Glick, who's just picked up like a day knock, but it literally picked it up like a clicker going game. So I don't want to risk him today. He could play, obviously, but I just don't want to risk it because he might get a bigger injury, and we need him for the season. So he's going to come in with Lucas May. Libor is still there because the Loco is still coming back from fitness. A few of the outs have gone then, so we have had Lolo and Candelone go. We have had a new addition come in, though, and you might notice him there. Now, if you've watched the series before, you might be able to help me out here. We've had Tamar Svetlin before. We've had this guy before, and I can't remember which series it was. I think it might have been like FC Midland or AIK a couple of years ago. So I'm guessing this guy was like maybe a 15, 16-year-old at the time. Because we're a couple of years in now, so he's probably about 18 at the start of this game-ish. So, yeah, he's back. But he's only a 4-star potential. But the thing is, he had a 250k release fee. And when I compare him to Burnich, who's one of our like really good Mezzalas in the midfield, they were basically even. They were very, very even. So I kind of thought, well, he's worth 2.2 million, release fee of 250k. We might as well get him in, and at the very least, we're going to be able to make a profit on this guy. So he's come in, 4k, wants to be a star player. We'll ease him in, see how he does. But yeah, at the very least, he's going to earn us some cash, and that's a big part of the series, especially because I don't know yet how much money we're going to have in the top flight. I'm just not quite sure. What? I didn't even see an article come up for that. That is, you've literally just spotted that at the same time I have, or you've seen my live reaction to it. I keep trying to offer this guy a contract, but he won't talk to us because he wanted to join us, but didn't feel like we'd have the resource, the finances, or whatever, blah blah blah. Even though we could quite clearly offer him money, and I bet we would have offered a better contract than he's on now. I cannot believe he's done that. Where are they? Serie A. They're getting relegated out of Serie A. Why would you not come to the team that's getting, at this rate, promoted out of Serie B, and you're going to be playing in Serie A next year, rather than a team that's getting relegated and you're going to play in Serie B again? Oh, I cannot believe he's joined someone else. I was so frustrated, but I kind of thought, oh well, he's on loan, so hopefully no one will stiff around him until towards the end of the season, where maybe we get promotion, hopefully guaranteed, and then hopefully he'll want to join us. I'm massively gutted about that, guys, because he was like a banker to be, at the very least, a backup player for us, but more than likely, still a first choicer. I'm really frustrated. I'm honestly really frustrated. But anyway, let's get in the game and see how we do. Oh, guys, this was a nail-biter. This has just been one of those games. Well, it was an even game, very even like first half. We took the lead through FCAN on the 47th minute. Good bit of build to play, nice little goal. Before that, actually, which I forgot, Lucas May got injured just before half-time, and Glick came on. I did say I didn't want to risk him, but he had to came on because I had nobody else to play. But then, you can't really see it because it's kind of under there, but Fiordaliso got a second yellow card in the 61st minute, and from that resulting free kick, they scored straight away. But they had a horrific... So basically, I took off Araju, put on Valetti at the fullback line, left Moise Kean up top on his own. But yeah, Moise Kean, they were passing it back to the goalkeeper, and it was just awful. But, I mean, you might as well watch it. It was really funny. They passed it back. Moise Kean, I'm like, go on. He does it, but then look at this. He literally just runs with it and then tackles it into the back of the net. Oh dear, what a good goal. Well, I suppose what a good way to kind of do it, and it rubs it in the face. But yeah, we held on for the win with 10 men. What a game, though. It was such a challenging game, but so happy we got through it. Against third place team, 10 men, brilliant stuff. Now, I had to quickly come back and show you this guy, Nicolo Nardini. I mean, I kind of feel annoyed that 12 and 16 is ruining what is a perfect 11 player. I mean, just crazy that this player is like all 11s. And I can't work out if that's good or bad, like, for us, because it means, like, some players you get with a crossing's like 8 or something. Well, he's got really good crossing and dribbling and first touch and heading and marking and passing and tackling and all that. They're pretty good. But then, like, is that good in other areas, having 11s? I'm so confused by this guy, but it's available on, like, a free transfer. It's wanted by these guys who are Serie C, so he's probably not that good, is it? But he just looks so weird that this guy's all 11s bar 2 things. I've been so tempted to offer him a contract purely on the basis of that. That'd just be kind of cool to have a player that's all 11s. But yeah, I just thought I'd have to show you, just because I've never seen something so random before when I've looked at a player. Let me know in the comments if you have before. But I think that's going to do it for the transfer window. The only player I have just signed, which will kind of see us out, and also Vaca has now left. He's gone to Juvia Stabia. But we have just signed Herman Ekergerrit. Akkerjordet, who is a Norwegian centre-back option. Looked pretty decent. We've only paid £1,000 for this guy, so happy days. He's not worth a load of money, but we'll see if he develops. Might get him a loan next year. Well, another one I have to quickly show you, but this guy, Wade Granger, I think this guy must have been on our scouting list from something else, because I don't remember actually scouting him, but that was it. I think he must have popped up for some other reason, but I don't really know about. We've scouted this guy, and obviously I've already put him onto my non-EU shortlist, my must-watch, and I've kind of basically got a shortlist for when we get to Serie A and we can sign some non-EUs. If these guys were kind of available, I'd look, but he's at Cardiff Met Uni, which obviously Lucky Doki did a series quite famously a few years ago, but 5-star potential, he just looks so good. Available on a free as well. I am so good we cannot sign this guy. He's already 2.5 star. He's already pretty decent. Mezzala and advanced playmaker, both the roles that we use. I am absolutely good that we cannot sign this guy. I think it's Walsall of all clubs are actually making the offer. They're getting themselves an absolute quality player on the cheap as well, on the DL, the down low. Boy, I'm so good we can't sign this guy. Just mostly because it's from Cardiff Met Uni. It's just so random to get good regens at kind of clubs like that. But yeah, kind of gutting. Never mind. So we're here for game day against Verona, Hellas Verona, who are 16th in the league. A few little injury issues. You can see another one of them there is the fact that our backup goalkeeper has got the virus, which, yeah, doesn't sound great, to be honest. But he has the virus. He has been sent home. Lucas May obviously still injured for another 3 weeks. Decore out for potentially 2 months. And Fiorelli so suspended for today's game. So Valetti, Glick, Dietrich Delorco, who's back after his injury. Lazzarini, Christiansen, Fiordolino comes back in. Bunic, Efkan. Carballo has just not been amazing. He started off pretty brightly, but has just kind of sunk away. I've warned him a few times, but just doesn't seem to massively perform. I think he's probably a player that we look to move on, especially that kind of value. I think that'd be money much needed. A young centre-back has been called up to make the bench numbers up because we're a little bit short for defence. And Keenan Araju. Araju has potential has kind of dipped from 5 to 4, or was it like 4.5 anyway? But I still think that's a good play. I think if he just needs to get his first goal, if he can get his first goal under his belt, I think he'll absolutely tear things up for the rest of the season. It's just getting that goal. Hopefully today could be that game. And there it is, boys. Henrique's first goal of the season. A really good bit of play there from Valetti down the wing. He's had a couple of chances early doors, and he's been looking quite lively so far as Enrique. But here he is, Valetti with the ball in. There's a nice little firm header into the back of net. He's got his goal. Hopefully there's more to come from him now. And there's number 2. I just told you, he just needed to get that goal, get that confidence under his belt. Second header, this time from a free kick from Fiordolino at the back post. There he is. Really tight angle, but he makes it 2-0. Come on, boys. He's found his scoring boots. And another one scoring his first goal for the club is Dietrich at the back post. 3 header goals. Oh, no, actually, no, this wasn't a header goal. It was a header that was saved, and then he followed up. That was it. Look at that nice little rebound in the back of the net. Makes it 3-0 against Verona. Good stuff. Well, that wasn't ideal. Another header goal, though. But yeah, they have pulled one back of Verona from a set piece. Back post. Really poor marking from us. 2 men just completely clear and free. Makes it 3-1. This is a little bit worrying now. It's 3-2. We seem to have just completely taken our foot off the gas here. Not ideal. We definitely should have dealt with that better. But 3-2. Squeaky bum time. Well, it's 3-3. And out of absolutely nowhere, guys, they've got back into this. I have no idea where this has come from, but they've just absolutely turned it on. Another set piece, another bit of poor marking. We've been pretty good for them, but just today, we've been dreadful, and God knows what's going on here. But yeah, that was awful. That was really awful to completely throw that away. Like, we were 3-0 up and doing really well, 60-odd minutes in. To throw that away, I mean, 2 goals in like 3 minutes into the match is dreadful, but yeah, once we went 3-2, to be honest, it was just inevitable. I knew it was coming because it's just how it goes. You just know they're going to get the third and the win, the draw. But hey ho, it is what it is. We don't drop many points, but I'm quite disappointed about this one. Final game we're going to cover today then against Trapani. The team obviously came up with us from a Serie C and they're doing pretty well. They're 6th in the league, so it's not just us that's doing really well this year. This is the lineup then, not major changes. To be honest, it's pretty much the same. The only difference is Svetlin coming in because Burnic has picked up a knock, which is really frustrating because he's a very good player for us. But he isn't a major knock, he's just going to remove him from today's game. But otherwise, we're sticking with the same squad. Let's get out there and see if we can make a little bit of improvement on the last game. That's full time in the game against Trapani. A 1-0 victory. Moise Keane with a goal, headed on from Henrique. An even game in terms of the shots. We had a good conversion rate. They had a extra half chance and more possession. They've definitely seen a swing. We had a run where we were getting loads of possession with this tactic. Even though I'd not really done any tweaks to try and influence that. And then it's really gone back to kind of how it was, where that we kind of don't have the possession. We've just got to make our kind of the best of it when we do have the possession. Be very on the front foot, counter-attacky sort of style. But yeah, we got away with it. They had a few chances. They really came on strong. Last 10 minutes was kind of a lot of them, really. But we defended well. Lazzarini, I don't know how we got a 6.8 because he picked off a lot of saves towards the end of that game. But 1-0, yeah, can't really complain. I'll do a cautious well done. We've definitely not been as good as, maybe a month or so in game, if you say. But we're obviously still picking up the wins, which is important. But if you look in terms of, for example, 4-0, 5-1, 3-4, we were banging in goals, whereas now it's just a little bit, gone a bit quieter, conceded a few more goals. But to be honest, it's going to happen. We're not going to be able to win every game amazingly. There's going to be some tough games in there. And I think part of it is, I think the squad maybe is a little bit tired now. We've had a few injuries creep up, especially in defence. But hopefully we're going to be able to put on a nice run. And I think I'm going to do a few games now off camera. We'll probably come back and maybe start with the Spezia game, get us to maybe Chievo, and then we can sort of see out the last few games of the season. So we're doing pretty good, guys. In terms of the league, we are still top, 61 points. The nearest competition is Lecce on 49. They've definitely dropped away recently. They must have lost a few of these games recently because they were much, much closer. So what is that? 12 points clear now? That is awesome. That's 4 games points clear, and still my main focus is second. Once we've got that promotion, that's all I'm bothered about. Winning a league, that'd be an awesome bonus. And you'd have to say it'd be a big bottle job if we don't, but I'm still mostly just wanting that promotion. That's what it really comes down to. So as soon as we can get that done, the better. But I will see you soon, guys, for the next one. Hopefully enjoying it. If you are, smash the like button and I'll catch you next time. Ciao for now, guys.